third before Ala was able to cross home, so no runs were able to score.
I think that's a great job done by Longo to have that next out mentality. Her defense needed her to get out, and instead of seeing, oh, okay, I made the catch, she did a good job coming down with that ball, she realized that she wasn't going to have a play at the plate, so instead she looked for that next out, and that next out was at third.
And it was just as good as getting the play at the plate.
Absolutely. It's a great heads-up play, that good softball IQ coming from Jazzy out in right field.
This one was fouled off. Looked like it might have gone off of the glove there of Allison Harris. Glove, maybe her hand. She's giving the thumbs up though to the dugout. Gandert flew out to left field in her last at bat. Batting .241 on the season. Behind right now 0-2. Infield playing shallow for her. No, she has good speed. This time it's the catcher Harris calling time.
And that's something that it's not new because we're almost done with the regular season, but JC electing to hit from that left side this year versus the right that you saw last season or in the past 3 seasons that she's been playing for the Bears.
You know, that's something to focus on too, really, is how impressive that is. Yet she comes into this game at .241 batting average. You see that, and that's middle of the road. But then you think she's batting left-handed for the first time in her life after batting righty her entire childhood, high school, first 3 years of college, and then for her final year of college softball, switches to the left-hand side and able to bat .241. Just a great adjustment at the plate for J.C. Gandert.
Yeah, and I think that she's seen that good success, which is the best thing that we could see out of JC. She's lowered that strikeout rate. She's putting more balls in play, having better averages. She's ultimately, given a little bit more help to her offensive side. She's got a great glove, so the coaches really want to see her out there playing defense. But now she's helping contribute on that offensive side as well.
And for JC right now, having her best hitting season since her freshman year, where she batted .257. A chance to eclipse that here this season. Checked her swing, did not go around there. Signals the third base umpire. 3-2 the count here from Gandert. Gandert with good speed here. Jordan would like to avoid that. And the ground ball to the second baseman. Grace Johnson able to flip it over to first in time to get Gandert.
Jardines doing a good job in this fresh inning that she came out. It's her own inning where she didn't have to come in for Gracie Walters. She's doing a good job throwing more first pitch strikes, putting the ball in the zone a little bit better, forcing ground balls, and then her defense work behind her.
And Jordine came in that last half inning, faced 4 batters, allowed 3 of them to reach base, and then got the ground out from Longo to end the inning with the bases loaded. That's going to bring up now Katie Walling, her third at bat in as many innings. Has a line out to center and a single into center field. Gone to the middle of the field twice. 1-0. 2-0. Two balls, no strikes here to Walling. This one is lined right back at the pitcher, Jardine, who was able to make a great play just getting her glove on. And that's a 3-up, 3-down inning from Jardine. When we come back for the top of the fourth, it'll be Tony, Harris, and Matotia. And we will be right back with more Big Sky Softball on ESPN+. 5-1 is the score as we are through 3 innings of play. For the Bears, it's 5 runs on 5 hits with no errors. The Vikings, 1 run on 3 hits with no errors. Ground ball to the second baseman, J.C. Gandert, over to first and in time to get the speedy Gracie Tony.
That's what you want to see out of Izzy. First pitch, she's thrown 1 pitch, she's got 1 out.
Yeah, 1 pitch, 1 out. Have to love that efficiency.
Trust in her defense, really putting the ball in play. Again, working ahead. She's got 4 runs to work with. Letting her defensive work behind her, not feeling like she's got to do it all herself, because she doesn't.
That one missed above the zone. 1-0 is the count.
And that one got a little bit of that Izzy smile, which is good to see. Good to see her not taking it so serious out there, having a good time, even though she missed on that changeup.
This one is flared into shallow center field and going to get down just in no man's land between Chacon and Gandert. Neither of them able to get to that one.
Chacon giving good chase off that ball. She's really quick off that first step. Just wasn't able to come down with it, but that's a good piece of hitting by the Vikings, putting the ball where the defensive isn't, which I guess is what you could say is the point of the game.
First pitch missed the zone. 1-0 the count. Want to know the count. Ground ball to the second baseman, Gandert over to second to get the force out, and a good play there by Gandert. I thought for sure she was just going to go to first base with how long that runner took to get to her, but just knowing the speed, having Allison Harris at first at the time, I knew she had a little bit of time to get that one over to second, get that lead out.
That's just to say how fast JC is with her glove. She's got good hands, and then she's able to quick flip those hips to change her direction on where she wants to throw the ball to force it over to second base, where really the easier play would have just been to shovel it over to Amiley at first, but good job getting that lead out.
Now that's Alapese Matutia at first base with Gracie Johnson in the batter's box, and she's going to lay down a bunt, and good job there by Katie Walling, able to come in quickly and fire that one over to first. So it's a quick inning there from Izzy DiNapoli. When we come back for the bottom half of the 4th inning, it'll be Morales, Francia, and Gonzalez. It's Big Sky Softball on ESPN+. We are back on ESPN Plus here as the Northern Colorado Bears and Amiley Morales getting set for the bottom half of this 4th inning. Morales going to be leading this one off, trying to get the Bears back on the board after going scoreless in the 3rd.
So far, the Vikings have had a little bit of her number. First at bat, that strikeout, and then getting her to pop up, looking for her to break through, kind of get a good barrel on the ball. I know she's probably a little frustrated, but props to the Vikings are doing a good job keeping her off balance and then forcing her to hit pitchers' pitches.
And for Jardine, did a great job that last half inning when she came in with a clean sheet. Able to have a 3-up, 3-down inning. She's going to be looking to do the same here and get Portland State right back to their dugout.
And sometimes, you know, there's some pitchers who are more comfortable and starting fresh and kind of that more starter mentality versus there's some relievers, and it's just dependent on what you kind of thrive in. But looking so far, it looks like she's doing better in that starting position role where she's only responsible for what she does.
Two and one's the count. Three and one now as that pitch is outside. Morales in it. Batter's count right now. Would not be surprised to see Jardine just stay out of the zone. Put Morales on here. Don't want to give her a pitch to hit. And that's what they're going to do. So a leadoff walk by Miley Morales. Good job by her showing patience. Can be easy to get, especially after starting the game 0 for 2 through 2 innings. Could have been easy to get overamped and try to swing at something out of the zone there.
Absolutely. Miley could get anxious in that moment, really want to put the ball in play off of her bat, but it's a good job trying to do what's best for the team in that moment. It's drawn that walk, and now looking for Katie Thompson to come in and do a little bit of pinch running. So that's the tough thing about walking to Miley Morales. Yes, maybe kind of got away from hitting that home run or that strong power hitter into Miley Morales, but lots of times they put in a pinch runner for her, and then you got speed now on the bases, so you just walked in. You just walked a Miley, but it ends up still being speed.
It's going to be Katie Thompson, like you mentioned, who has a couple of stolen bases on the season. That one is swung through there by Francia.
A big hack by Krista. Kind of talking about that eager mentality to try and go hit a ball. It's a good ball to swing at. I wouldn't say that she swung out of her shoes at a pitch she shouldn't have, but she's really eager trying to put a couple more on for the Bears.
For Francia has reached twice, come around to score twice as well. Walked in the first, would come around and score, and then in the second had an RBI single into center field.
It's a good job by Jardine, seeing that Chris is pretty aggressive in her swings and looking to push the ball a little bit further off the plate, as you just saw on that curveball off the zone. Carissa took a big swing because she's so eager, but when the ball's not there to hit and you miss a barrel, it's a big swing on a pitch that Carissa has no chance hitting.
1-2 now the count here to Francia. This one is hit towards the right field line, but foul.
I like Krista's little leg kick that she elects to use. It's always interesting to see the different kind of approaches and swings that each of these hitters have from both UNC and Portland. Krista, you don't see it too much, but she's electing to use that little bit of that high leg kick, trying to put a little bit more power into the ball and just ultimately have a good timing piece to square the ball up.
That one misses the inside part of the plate. It's going to be 2-2 now. Francia in her first at bat did a great job working the count full, was able to draw the walk after getting behind in the count a little bit. 2-2 in this one. This is grounded up right back up the middle. Steps on second to get the lead out. Good job by Francia hustling down the line to make sure they can't get that double play. The Vikings, though, do retire Thompson at second.
Number 13, Ella Gonzalez.
That's just a fielder's choice right there. 6 unassisted. As it was Matotia. Just stepping on the plate. On the base, I should say. Gonzalez now taking her turn at the plate. That is outside. Gonzalez with a hit by pitch and an RBI single to left field in the second. With Francia at first. Again, decent speed at first now. 1-0 to Gonzalez. Francia taking off, excuse me. That throw is going to get past Matatia into the outfield. So it'll be a successful stolen base there by Francia.
It's a good jump by Francia, getting off right when that pitch is thrown, when that ball's released. It's good timing based off of the pitcher, because ultimately you can't go until the pitcher releases the ball, which is a little bit different that you see in softball. And she elected to use that dive head first into second base, which is proven to be a little bit faster for these Bears. They like to go head first, always into second when they're stealing, get super low, challenge the shortstop who normally covers to try and make a tag.
That pitch in there for a called strike to Gonzalez, and for Francia, that was just her fourth stolen base of the season. And right now, Coach McWhorter coming out having a conversation with the home plate umpire, and looked like he was pointing towards second. Not sure what she's questioning, but looks like she's able to convince the umpires to get together and have a conversation. See if we can't get an idea of what this discussion was about. Now he's going back to have a conversation with Coach McWhorter. I thought she would have been safe. No. I didn't write it as an in my book. Still not quite sure exactly what they're discussing, but Coach McWhorter having a pointed conversation, and gonna see if I can get an update. So ultimately, after all of that, nothing's going to change here. Still a 2-1 count. Francia still out there at second base. Unable to get an update, but we'll see if we can't get one between innings. 2-1. This is popped up and going to get out of play. Count's now 2-2. The umpire never went over to the first base side to have a conversation with Pendleton Helm, so it was clearly just a frustration from Coach McWhorter. Was unable to get her way with that one. 2-2 to Gonzalez. This one is popped up on the left side, giving chase is Nicola Roscoe, and able to make the catch just shy of the warning track to retire Gonzalez as the second out in this inning.
There's a little bit of wind here at Glow Rod today, so balls that hang up in the air, you get underneath them, elevate them a little bit, they hang up, make it a little bit easier for those outfielders to make a play on it. But sometimes you never know with the wind here out in Greeley.
That's going to bring up Sabrina Jaworski now. He's reached base twice, has an RBI single in the first and then walked in the second. That RBI single did come with 2 outs. Another 2-out hit would have a good chance to score Francia from second. 1-0 right now. Fouls that one off right into the catcher's glove and Harris.
The Bears are sitting with 2 outs, and this is where they do lots of their damage. So looking to see how Jardine can kind of minimize that and see how she can let her defense work behind her.
Yeah, Jardine right now would love to keep this a 4-run game. Give her offense a good chance getting back into it. This one is lined into right field, and it is going to get down, and getting the green light is Francia, and able to come around and score. So Jaworski now with the pair of RBIs on the game, both of them coming with 2 outs and both hits going into right field. Good job on this game from Jaworski.
Number 15, Naya Chacon.
Jaworski's now has reached safely 3 times. That's going to bring up Naya Chacon now. Had an RBI walk in her last at bat. And for Krista Francia, has now scored all 3 times. Has a walk, a single, and reached on a fielder's choice, but has come around to score all 3 times. As this one has popped up on the right side of the field, Grace Johnson is able to get under that one, but 1 run comes across to score for the Bears in the bottom half of that 4th inning. When we come back for the top of the 5th, that'll be the top of the lineup for the Vikings, Nakoa Chung, Alo, and Orozco. We'll be right back with more Big Sky Softball on ESPN+. Six to 1 is the score as we get set for the top half of this 5th inning. Going to be the top of the lineup for the Vikings and Sheree Nakoa Chung. Nakoa Chung 0 for 1 on the game, has a walk as well back in the 1st inning. As that pitch is in there for a called strike. For DiNapoli, looking for her first clean inning. Had a 3 up, 3 down inning in the 1st, but that did start off with a walk to Nakoa Chung. Has had at least 1 base runner in each of the 4 innings so far. Ahead in the count 0-2 right now. This one has popped up on the left side, shallow left field, and that one is going to drop between Francie and Guyana. They were both given full chase, but neither of them able to come down with it. So a leadoff single from Nakoa Chung.
That just shows the power and strength behind Chung. She got jammed. Izzy did a good job getting that ball high and in the hands, but she just had enough strength to push it over the shortstop and in front of the left fielder. Those are the most frustrating ones as a pitcher, but it's a great job by the hitter doing whatever she can to get on.
Now going to bring up Lorraine Allo. Ground ball 2, Walling over to second, and Gandert unable to hold on to this one. Looked like a good throw from Walling, but it might go as an error on JC Gandert. And that it's going to.
Yeah, because it's a hit to get her to first.
Shouldn't it be fielder's choice there, or is it a hit? I like that move by Jaworski right there. No, had a decent chance to get the double play there. Unfortunately, still going to have no outs with runners on 1st and 2nd, and just going to have a quick conversation with DiNapoli. Hey, we have a 5-run lead right now. Yes, obviously you don't want these 2 runners to score, but just focus on the batter at hand.
I think kind of throughout this whole season, the Bears have just had that mentality of whatever it takes to win a game. It doesn't have to be pretty. It doesn't have to be by a lot, but ultimately just trying to figure out how to win.
And a great play by Gander, this time showing off the glove, laying out, and then flipped it to Francia with the glove. 1 pitch later, going to be charged with the error from the pitch before that, and this time showing up with a web gem.
And like you said, kind of coming off that error, a lot of times in softball, a lot of people talk about how the ball is going to find you. So being ready to make that next play is what she was ready for, and then she ultimately made it a very nice play, diving up the middle, stopping that ball from going up to center field, ultimately getting an out for Izzy, which is a great job to say, hey, it's okay. I missed you on that first one, but I got your back. keep sending it to me and I'm going to get you.
That's going to bring up Natalia Martinez now, as Orozco did reach on the fielder's choice. It was Olive that was out at second. Nakoa Chung able to advance to third. So runners at first and third right now for the Vikings, 1 out here in the top of the 5th. Infield at double play depth up the middle. That pitch in there for a called strike, 1-1. That one's below the zone, 2-1. 2-1 the count here to Martinez. This one has popped up. Chacon settling under this one. Carried a little bit further on her as that was just shy of the warning track. So one run is going to come across to score. The other runner going to have to stay at first. So it'll be a sac fly off of the bat of Martinez, and you'll take that trade for DiNapoli right there.
That's what it is. He just needs to keep doing, letting the ball get put in play, let her defense work behind her. She's got that lead. I know it's not ideal to score that run, but now you're sitting with 2 outs, runner only on first, and a good spot to finish out the inning and then get your team back at the dugout.
And that's where having that 5-run lead is such a benefit, because you'll absolutely trade the run for an out there. Getting the sac fly, the other runner has to stay at first. Want to know the count now to Ellie Babbitt, as it was Nakoa Chung able to come across and score. Roscoe still at first. That pitch in there for a called strike. Counts even at 1-1 here to Babbitt.
And we hinted at it a little bit at the start of the game. Both teams with the season that they've been having, we weren't anticipating seeing a 1-0, 1-1 ball game. There's going to be lots of runs scored between these two teams. It's just a matter of who can score the most.
This one is fouled by Babbitt. Just went off her foot as it was fielded by DiNapoli, but a good job by the home plate umpire. Getting out immediately to signal, hey, foul ball. Beautiful day right now out here in Greeley.
Yeah, the sun's coming out a little bit, peeking out behind those clouds. It always helps in Colorado when that sun comes out. We're so close and so high in elevation that anytime the sun's out, it's pretty warm.
Two and two the count right now to Babbitt. With 2 outs. That's below the zone. 3-2 the count. On deck is Gracie Tony. And that is just on the outside part of the plate. I think DiNapoli and Jaworski both really wanted that one, and Jaworski even popping out of her stance and just said, really? Trying to maybe just understand the zone from the home plate umpire there.
And from our viewpoint back here, right behind home plate, like that spot on the corner. At this level, at this high Division I level, that can't leave anything too close. So Izzy's really trying to work to find corners, and she needs that pitch. But ultimately, you're at the liberty of what the home umpire says. So gotta just work, use your experience to try and fight to get yourself in another position to get yourself an out. And me, being a former pitcher, everything's a strike. I thought it was a strike. I mean, it was a strike, but it's not my say.
It is Gracie Tony coming up to the plate now. Was having a conversation with Kelly Wilkerson there for a minute. That pitch in there for a called strike.
And sometimes the pitching, it's just a matter of showing the umpire that you're able to hit spots and you're able to throw it in the zone. And it's a great job by Izzy coming back with a pitch right there, reiterating that she can throw it in the zone and call it Call it when I throw it is type that mentality.
Counts 1-1 here from DiNapoli. Runners at first and second with 2 outs. Tony trying to shorten this lead a little bit for the Bears. Right now sitting at 4, up 6-2. Two and 1 from DiNapoli as she's looking in to get the sign. This one is popped up on the right side. Gandert settling under it. Battling the sun a little bit, but able to make the play. One run, though, comes across to score in the top half of the 5th inning. When we come back, it'll be the bottom of the lineup for the Bears. Longo, Guyana, and Gandert. It's Big Sky Softball on ESPN+. Six to 2 is the score as we are getting set for the bottom half of this 5th inning. It's going to be Jazzy Longo leading things off. And it's still Anna Jardine out there in the circle for the Vikings. Been doing a good job since coming in. Struggled a little bit in that when she came in during that half inning, but has since picked it up. This one is lined towards left field, and this one is going to get down as it was Alapese was just battling the sun there. That's probably going to go as a leadoff single. Just a tough play there from Matotia. And that is going to go as a hit to Jazzy Longo. And that's going to bring up Abby Guyana now. As we're getting a quick mound visit here from Portland State, just bringing the infield in. Doesn't look like we got any changes defensively there for the Vikings, so it is going to bring up Guyana now. Longo still at first. And Guyana pops a bunt up, and that is fielded by the catcher. That's the last thing you want to do when you're scoring to lay down a bunt is pop it up. Easy play for the catcher, Harris.
Now batting, number 2.
It's a good job by Jardine electing to go high in the zone. It's hard to, if you're thinking about the mechanics of a bunt, you got to push the ball down, but if the pitch is up, you got to really get high, get on top of it, force that angle to go down. It's a good job by Jardine to utilize that, kind of play off her strengths, throw it a little bit up in the zone, force that pop-up, and then ultimately forces Jazzy to stay at first.
And Gandert lays down the bunt this time, and it's an errant throw from the third baseman Martinez, and that's going to allow Longo to advance to third. It was a well-placed bunt from Gandert, but I think the throw would have beat her. Just unfortunately an errant throw, so that's going to be an E5, allowing Gandert to reach and Longo to advance to third. Now we'll have to watch, see what the Bears do here. Good speed at first and Gandert. Runners on first and third with one out. See if they put Gandert in motion here. Maybe a delayed steal or a straight steal. It's Katie Walling. And Gandert is going. This is line down the third base line. Gandert getting the green light. She's going to get the green light to round home. She'll score easily. A 2 RBI double from Katie Walling. Just turned on that first pitch and right inside of the line.
Katie Walling took advantage of that pitch right down the heart of the plate. Left it pretty middle. Was able to turn on it well, get a good barrel off of it, force it down the corner, which is a great spot to hit it. Gives a little bit more time for the runners to take off around the bases.
And 2 runs have come across to score now in this half inning.
And now the Bears, it's the bottom of the 5th inning, so run rule comes into play in this inning. So they're about 2 runs.
Yeah, only 2 runs away from getting that run rolling, so we're going to get a pitching change here from the Vikings. So going to step aside here for a quick second and get you an update on the new pitcher when we get back right here on ESPN+. Annie Lemos is going to be the new pitcher here for the Vikings. Comes in with a 6.81 ERA through 36 innings of work. 3.17 is her batting average against. 24 walks on the season to 13 strikeouts. And gets to come in and face the always dangerous Amiley Morales, with Katie Walling in scoring position out there at second base. And Morales right now, being in the bottom of the 5th inning, is the game-winning run for the Bears, standing in the batter's box, as that would be the run roll. That pitch in there for a called strike. 1-1 is the count.
Lemos electing to stay on that outer half of the plate for Miley Morales. I think that they know that her power is on that inside corner, but she really can do damage if you leave it at any point close to the plate. So making sure that they're just touching corners, and what's like she did there, using that screwball just to touch the corner.
Yeah, and a good pitch there by Lemos, getting the called strike on the outer part of the plate. One and two. And this one is lined down the left field line. And they're going to hold Walling at third base, but a good piece of hitting there by Morales.
And kind of just adopting that pass the bat mentality. Doesn't have to be a huge swing by one person, just the more hits that they can string together. They're up to 9 and only the 5th inning. See how they can keep it going with Krista, who's had a pretty good season so far. Stayed pretty hot, been a good solid option for the Bears.
That's going to bring up Krista Francia now, who's having herself a great day. Just 1 for 2 on the day technically, but has reached base all 3 times with a walk and a fielder's choice and has come around to score all 3 times. Want to know the count here to Francia. Morales with the straight steal, and they're going to bring Walling home. Here's the throw home, and Walling is in there safely, and Morales going to be safe at second. So a great job at getting some action going on the base paths. You don't normally see Morales take off to steal. So Portland State was trying to throw through, but then Walling able to take advantage of that. That was just the Bears generating a run there on the base pass, and even more importantly, Morales safe at second now. So the winning run is in scoring position for Krista Francia.
And I thought O'Malley, she looked pretty quick out there.
She did.
She fully committed to that dive at second base, too. Look at her working hard on that speed.
Gonna get the stolen base. She stole second as Walling steals home. And that pitch is out of the zone. 3-0 now the count. That is the second stolen base on the season for Morales. 2-1 the count actually, as the umpire just signaled. Counts 2-1. This one is popped into center field. And Babbitt able to make the play on the warning track. Gonna fire that throw back into third base to keep Morales at second for the time being. First time that Francia has been retired.
Number 13, Ella Gonzalez.
That's going to bring up Ella Gonzalez now. Going to take a 2-out hit now to win this game in the 5th.
Both pitchers on both sides still struggling a little bit to find a true consistent zone for the umpire. I've seen Lemos throw that pitch before in the last at bat. Got it called the first time, but not getting in this count. It's part of the pitching, trying to figure out what's the umpire's going to call.
This one is popped up into center field, and Gonzalez chasing. And this one is out of there as Babbitt just ran out of space, and that's going to be a walk-off home run from Ella Gonzalez. That ball just got up in the air and just continued to carry at altitude here, and Ella Gonzalez with the walk-off homer. How about that for Ella Gonzalez? Got a pitch to hit, sent it to straightaway center field, and it just continued to carry as Ellie Babbitt ran out of room in center field.
Yeah, it's a great job by the Bears. Kind of had that on-the-gas mentality the whole game. Had their foot on it, trying to get as many hits as they could. Izzy, I thought, had a great game. It went 5 innings, but she did a good job fighting from behind, using her veteran experience, being able to be strong and give your team the best shot from that defensive side.
Absolutely. So for DeNapoli, going to be the complete game. Went 5 innings, gave up 6 hits, just 2 runs, only one of those being earned. Did walk 5 batters and had a pair of strikeouts for the Bears offensively. Ella Gonzalez led the way with 3 RBIs, and then 2 RBIs from Walling and Jaworski, and RBIs as well from Chacon, Longo, and Francia. The Bears get the victory in this one. The final in this one, the Bears beat the Vikings by a final score of 11-2 after the walk-off home run from Ella Gonzalez in the first game of the doubleheader. We'll have the second game available for you right here in about 30 minutes. For Aaron Cavanis, our producer Amanda Geyer, and the rest of the crew, I'm Matt Gator. We thank you for joining us this afternoon, as that was a coverage of college softball on ESPN+, and the second game will be available on ESPN+ at roughly 2:30. We'll be back in about half an hour for more coverage of Big Sky softball on ESPN+.